Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the reveal date of the trivia question. And from the thumbnail and the comments, a lot of you guys knew the answer to this, which is awesome. But we begin with my Georgia Tech hat. Now, this is an actual Georgia Tech hat because the story of the gentleman that we are going to tell a tale begins in Mississippi, runs through Georgia Tech, and ends up in, of all places, Buffalo, New York. Actually, the reason I have the Georgia Tech hat is not because I'm a Georgia Tech fan, but where I went to college, the University of Rochester, we have the same logo, the yellow jacket. And couldn't find any U of R hats, shockingly. You know, who would have thought that it would be difficulty finding things for a Division III school. So I bought the Georgia Tech hat, and I still wear it every day. So moving on. Allow me to tell you the tale, little ones, of another football league. Sorry, let me just readjust this real quick. In the year 1960, the NFL had been running strong for 30-some-odd years, or for nearly 30 years at this point. Actually, no, it'd be more than 30 years. NFL started in 1920, so the NFL had been going strong for 40 years. Here comes another football league, ladies and gentlemen. In 1960, the people that were football fans, and this is long before my time, saw the birth of what became known as the American Football League, the AFL. Many teams that are still in the league today. In fact, all the AFL teams are still in the league today, in one form or another. Some may have moved, some may have changed names, but all 8 of the AFL teams are there. And that is where this gentleman comes in. He played, and now, to reiterate, the question was, of the 354 members of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, who is the one person that is distinguished by not having any sort of affiliation with an NFL team? And from the thumbnail and from the commentary, it would be a man by the name of Mr. Billy Shaw. I sent him a custom index card a long time ago. He was an offensive guard, played for the Bills from 1961 to 1969. Retired after the 1969 season. What makes that so so significant is the fact that in the 1970 season, the AFL and the NFL merged together. The AFL had only grown in popularity to the point where they had actually created a game, the AFL-NFL World Championship. After the third one, this would retroactively be renamed the Super Bowl, Super Bowls 1, 2, and 3, but you had Green Bay, who defeated Kansas City, and then, where were they at the time? The Oakland Raiders? Or the LA Raiders? Oakland Raiders, I think, at the time. And then in Super Bowl III is what really put the AFL on the map, when the upstart New York Jets came in and whomped, in very dramatic fashion, the powerhouse NFL Baltimore Colts. Fun fact, the defensive coordinator for the Baltimore Colts in that season, the following day interviewed for a new head coaching job, and he would later go on to have a Hall of Fame coaching career as Chuck Noll. So anyway, I sent to Billy Shaw. The fact that he was in the Hall of Fame and never played in the NFL fascinated me. The fact he's an offensive lineman fascinated me. And Mr. Billy Shaw is basically your prototypical pulling guard. I sent to him, actually I have it written down here. 1 second, I need to pull up a new tab. Okay, I sent this to, I had to find the actual thing, Mr. Shaw. On June the 15th of 2017, I included this custom index card that I made, and I believe it was a $5 donation, because I had heard that he asked for a donation. So he signs my index card, he signs a Hall of Fame trading card. What a great picture, what a beautiful looking signature. And then he also included me a note in handwriting that far surpasses mine. And I just want to read it to you because it's incredibly touching. Zach, thanks for your letter, kind words, request, and donation. I am past chair of the board for the Fellowship of Christian Athletes in North Georgia and will pass along to the FCA your gift. Thanks also for being a fan of our great game. Thanks to you for playing, which I did, though nowhere near as good as him, and having an understanding of line play. It is my honor to sign for you, your fan, Billy. Now, here's the funny thing. I accidentally, in my letter, called it the NFL Hall of Fame, and he said, by the way, it's Pro Football Hall of Fame, no such thing as the NFL Hall of Fame. He is 100% right. I just totally blanked on that. I mean, yes, there's the Canadian Football Hall of Fame, but the actual name of it is the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So he returned this actually 11 days later on June the 26th of 2017, and I'm in shock. One, it's a very fast turnaround. It's a very heartfelt letter, and a legend. And if anybody is interested in sending to Mr. Shaw, like I say, it's a $5 donation. When I sent to him, he lived in Toccoa, Georgia, and from what I understand, he still lives in Toccoa, Georgia. 83 years old, still doing well from everything I've heard. And so I took it upon myself. I said, Self, my dad is a fan of the AFL. And I asked my dad the trivia question that I asked you, and he had no idea of the man who played never for the NFL, but is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So I printed out a photo, and I sent it to Mr. Shaw again, I think about a year later, right around the time for Christmas. I printed out this photo of the prototypical pulling guard that was Billy Shaw, and I sent it to him with a letter for my dad, telling him that my dad is an AFL fan. I mean, we grew up in Pittsburgh, but a lot of people always had that affinity for the AFL because of the difference in play, the high-flying play and whatnot. So he sends back, to Al, that's my dad's name, the AFL #1 fan, your fan, Billy Shaw, Hall of Fame 1999 Buffalo Bills. Mr. Shaw also included for my dad a signed card. And another note, and honestly, this is one of the more touching notes I've ever read. I didn't read this. I had this sent directly to my dad. He called me when it arrived and told me the story, and I was blown away. So here. Zach, thanks for your letter and request. It's rewarding to see the love between father and son. You spend all the time you can with him. I lost my best friend and dad in 1973 at the age of 60. Enjoy the privilege of companionship with your dad. Your fan, Billy. Donation will pass along to the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Thanks, Zach. That letter is extremely touching. I mean, because I didn't grow up with the AFL being a thing, and this is not going to... See if I can tuck it behind. Yeah, there we go. I grew up with the AFL not being a thing. I'd only seen clips of old AFL games and heard stories about the teams, the Chargers, the Bills, the Chiefs, that came in the AFL that were now here. The Patriots were another one, but I digress. That letter meant so much, and I think it's good advice, and it kind of makes me think about it whenever I see channels that are doing things with their families, because I think that is just incredible that even in this day when cell phones and technology are rampant, the fact that you can still see kids getting excited over a tiny little piece of cardboard and glossy ink, it makes me happy, and it makes me think that we're going to be okay, that we can still find the pleasure in the things that we did many years ago before we had all this technology. So I just wanted to share my Billy Shaw story with you because it's an incredible story, an incredible football player. Oh, and the best part of it is he is now the reason for what they call the Billy Shaw rule at the Hall of Fame induction ceremonies. When he was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame as a part of the class of 1999, he was not, I don't think you would consider him the headliner. He was in the class with Lawrence Taylor, Ozzie Newsome, and Eric Dickerson, just to name a few. So, as the story goes, and you can look this up, and I believe there's even pictures and maybe some video, but there's really a lot of articles. As Mr. Shaw was finishing up his speech, he turned to leave, glanced down in the audience, and saw his daughter, who gives him a throat slashing gesture and mouths the words, "You forgot Mom." At this point, Mr. Shaw has now realized he has forgotten to thank his wife in his Hall of Fame induction speech. But he's done. His time is over. Thankfully, for him, Eric Dickerson got up and spoke up for him in regards to that, from what I've read. That he kind of softened the blow a little bit. And then during the intermission, out comes Billy Shaw, one of the best offensive linemen to play in the era, and a tough, tough man, comes out onto the stage, drops down on his hands and knees, and begs his wife forgiveness. Obviously, she forgave him. But now, because of that incident in 1999, the unwritten rule of the Hall of Fame induction ceremony is do not forget your spouse. So there you go. That's just solid advice. So now my rambling is done, and now we're going to shift over. I'm going to gear up for the duck race, and all the people that answered the trivia question correctly, Billy Shaw, you're going to get a chance to win either the Illusions hanger or the Evolving Skies booster. So thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. This is the cool part about TTMs for me, is getting interesting stuff and getting stuff for people that you care about. So hopefully you enjoyed, and join me in just a mere moment over at my computer, because we're going to be doing a duck race and giving away some cards. So thank you, everybody, and we'll see you in 1 second. Hello, everybody. We are now over from the couch, and now we are going to get to the moment that literally dozens of people have been waiting for, the duck race online, to determine who will get the pack of either Pokemon Evolving Skies or the little hanger pack of 2020 to 21 Panini Illusions for NBA. So we had 19 people that got the Billy Shaw question correct. That is awesome. I love the fact that I can help spread random knowledge and occupy real estate in people's brains through my actions. So we got 19. We're going to do the 1 minute long race set, because honestly, I don't know if I could do commentary for that long. So we're going to shuffle our characters just cuz, and we start. Good luck, everybody. It is any Ducks race, and now we are off. I'm going to try to commentate as best I can, although, I don't really watch a lot of racing to really get the proper cadence down. But we got Bum Luck Collector right in the middle, with just your standard old plain duck. We got, Alien Duck coming up here. That's Slim Comics and more. We got Dr. Duck. That looks like it's Sean stuff. Diamond Princess up at the top with, I don't know, would that be a teddy bear duck? Not 100% sure. Down below, we got, I think that's Zach Sports Cards and Collectibles with the Pirate Duck. We got another Dr. Duck. Okay, it was Elite Cam with the Dr. Duck right there. Coming up through the middle. 15 seconds left, still anybody's race. We got Freedom Sufferer Cards, looks to be the Barrister Duck. Yeah, I think that's a good word for it, the old powdered wigs and whatnot. But making a late push with the 2 seconds left, Surgeon Duck, Sean stuff. That is awesome. Congrats, man. Let me know down in the comments what you would prefer. Reach out to me in my email, or if I think you're on Instagram, let me know on Instagram which of these you would prefer, the Pokemon or the Panini Illusions. Congrats. So go check out Sean's stuff. Give him some love. And I appreciate every single one of you for joining me through this and for playing my little trivia game. So until next time, everybody, take it easy. We'll see you next time.